Jeopardy! Today's contestants are Player 1, Player 2, Player 3, and now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thanks, Johnny. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jeopardy. Good luck to all three of you in this Jeopardy round. For this game, the categories are Judy. Very, very good. I want to be in the bookstore, a hostile takeover, and out of this world. Player 1, start us. Point the Wii remote at the screen, surf the Internet Hostel or the Marriott Hostel. Note the lack of an extra R and T in Marriott. In this Bulgarian capital. It's Player 1. Use the Wii remote or press the corresponding direction on the... Good for you. Player 1, back to you. Like Pluto, Haumea and Makemake are designated as this kind of planet. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yeah, good. Please pick again, Player 1. She hit the top 40 in both 1975 and 1977 with Send in the Clowns. Player 1.
Judy Collins.
Right. Select again. Inept policeman in Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. Okay, Player 3.
Is it Tumbleberry? I don't know. Tumbleberry.
Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's Player 1. Nope. Sorry.
It's okay.
Any other takers? Let's hear it. Player 2. Yes. Player 2. You pick again, please. This from the Greek for straight and make some big bucks correcting crooked teeth with braces. Player 1. Yes. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. Appropriately, part 3 of this 1953 novel is Burning Bright. Yes, Player 3. You got it. Great, you're back into it now. We return to you, Player 3. Answer, it's the Daily Double. Player 3, you are currently in last place. Will it be? Here is your Daily Double clue. It's off to the Hans Brinker Budget Hotel or Dirty Nellie's Inn. Sounds inviting. In this major European city.
Amsterdam.
Good move. And it paid off. You get to pick again, Player 3. The comet named for him was last seen in the skies in 1986 and won't return until 2061. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's right. Way to go. Player 1, pick again. From 1984 to 1992, Judith Light and this live-in housekeeper struggled over the question, who's the boss? It's Player 2.
Tony Danza.
Correct. Choose again. Player 2. Like Martin Luther King and the Dalai Lama, and be honored with this humanitarian prize given in Oslo. Yes, player one. Correct. You again, player one. Tidal Avenue in Theodore Geisel's first book. Okay, player two. Right. Choose again, player two. In a Stephen King book, writer Paul Sheldon is weary of this title heroine he created.
Oh, misery.
Player three. That's it. Player three. Pick again. Not the first, but this second planet is the hottest because its atmosphere causes a severe greenhouse effect. Let's hear it, player one. Good. Player one, back to you. Judy Reyes staffed Sacred Heart Hospital as nurse Carla Espinosa on this Zach Braff sitcom. It's player two. You get to pick again, player two. One of these, and deal with the health problems of vicunas, pintos, and Great Danes. Yes, player three. Yes. Please pick again, player three. Do the Funky Chicken Hostel or the Butterfly Villa Hostel in this Romanian capital. Okay, player three. That's it. We return to you, player three. Pro boxers have been battling under this Marcus's rules since the late 1800s. Player one. No, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's player three. Right. Player three, you pick again, please. The Devil in the White City examines murder, magic, and madness at the 1893 World's Fair in this U.S. city.
Oh, remember that was.
Yes, player one. Oh, sorry.
Was it Chicago?
Anyone else?
Sorry,
Player two. That is correct. You again, player two. I'm sure the Red Bus Hostel is fine, but the Mellow Mood Central Hostel caught my eye in this capital of Hungary. Let's hear it, player three. That is correct. Select again. As Judy, this 1980 title character, Goldie Hawn said, and I mean, look at this place. The Army couldn't afford drapes? Okay, player one. You are correct. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Galileo was the first person to see the rings around this planet. Yes, player two. That's correct. Please pick again, player two. One of these, from the Greek for star sailor, like John Glenn or Buzz Aldrin. It's player one. Yes. Player 1, pick again. John Grisham switched gears with skipping this holiday, about a couple who want to skip the consumerism.
It's Christmas.
Player 1,
Yes.
you get to pick again, Player 1. These are forever in a top 10 hit from 1967. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Strawberry fields. Strawberry.
Yep.
Oh my God.
You again, Player 1. Enjoy the Sleep in Heaven Youth Hostel or the Newhound Boat Hostel in this capital of Denmark.
Copenhagen.
Okay, Player 3. Hey, you're right. Select again. The gravitational pull of this object is the main force holding the solar system together. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Player 1, you pick again, please. Her losing the Oscar for 1954's A Star is Born was called the biggest robbery since Brinks. It's Player 1.
Miss James.
Judy Davis.
Oh.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player 2.
Oh, Garland.
That's right, way to go. Player 2, back to you. Dawes Butler voiced this animated TV hound. Okay, Player 3. Good. We return to you, Player 3. One of these dancers, so I'm practicing my arabesques and pirouettes so I can perform with the Kiro. Yes, Player 1. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. The Teammates by David Halberstam chronicles the friendships of Ted Williams and others on this team. It's Player 1. That's not it. Any other takers? Yes, Player 2. Oh. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 3? Right. Player 2 is in third place and will select first in the Double Jeopardy round, as we always do, right after this break. Player 2, you're in last place, so let's see if you can close the gap. The categories for the Double Jeopardy round are Mythical Menagerie, from the Latin, Science, I beg your pardon, Countries by Newspaper, and The Fabulous 50s. Player 2, you're in last place. Let's see if you can close that gap. The Daily Punjab, the Balochistan Post. Okay, Player 1.
A Punjab is Indian, right?
Anyone else? Let's hear it. Player 2. You got it. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. The name of this eighth element is from a Greek word meaning sharp. It's Player 1. Correct. Choose again, player 1. This Secretary of Defense was pardoned for his role in Iran-Contra. Okay, player 1.
What was it, Secretary of Defense? Maybe Dick Cheney.
Oh, sorry. That's incorrect. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Sorry, dude.
Player 3? Nope. Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player 2. Right you are. Select again. She was a beautiful nymph before she was turned into a sea monster, doomed to live in a cave opposite Charybdis. Let's hear it, player 1.
I don't know.
Yeah, good. We return to you, player 1. Texas A&M's Coastal Engineering Lab studies the coastal type of this, from the Latin for to gnaw. Yes, player 1.
Yeah.
Good. Player 1, you pick a Cary Grant's wife, Betsy Drake, survived the 1956 sinking of this ocean liner. Okay, player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else?
So what's the other one?
Player 3?
It's the
Right. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. To test deep water structures, wave tanks generate waves, wind, and this water flow, from the Latin for running. It's player 1. Good for you. You get to pick again, player 1. The Cape Times, the Volksblad. Let's hear it, player 1. Correct. You again, player 1. The name of this fin on a shark's back comes from the Latin for back. Player 1. You are correct. Player 1, pick again.
Yeah.
Answer. The first of the Daily Double. And you have the lead. Decide on your wage. The clue. This actor hit the top 40 with the song Moonlight Swim. A few years later, he went psycho.
Anthony Perkins. I don't know. Anthony Perkins.
That puts you even further ahead. Please pick again, player 1. It wasn't hard for this Lernean serpent to get ahead. Every time one of its heads was cut off, 2 grew in its place. Okay, player 3. Right. Choose again, player 3. The Wall Street Journal wanted an immediate pardon for him after his perjury conviction in the Valerie Plame case. Yes, player 3.
I don't know.
Right you are. Player 3, back to you. The second Daily Double. Player 3. You're in last place, so let's see if you can close the gap. Please enter your wage. And the Daily Double clue. Changes in the tropospheric layer of this are what give us weather. Nope. Here's the correct response. the atmosphere. We return to you, player 3. Haaretz, Gideot Akronot. Let's hear it, player 3. Yep. Player 3, back to you. Here's Kelly to start us off.
A non-structural embellishment at the end of a calligraphic letter is called one of these, from the Latin for flower.
It's player 3. Right. Player 3, you pick again, please.
I am so sorry that has happened. So, let's continue the game.
In 2001, she was pardoned for a 1974 armed bank robbery and for using a firearm during a felony. Player 3. That's it. Player 3, pick again. The first of Hercules' 12 labors was to slay the Nemean this. Afterwards, he wore its skin. Yes, player 3. Sorry. Any other takers? Let's hear it, player 1.
Rawr.
That's correct. Please pick again, player 1. This future U.S. First Lady went to England to cover Queen Elizabeth II's coronation for the Washington Times Herald. Okay, player 3. Ooh, sorry. That's incorrect. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player 2.
Maybe Kennedy. No, I don't think so. That's too
Correct. Select again.
I thought she was gonna do
The Brunswickan, the Edmonton Examiner. Okay, player 1. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player 3. Yes. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. Here's Kelly.
A cubic inch of material contains 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 of these, each with protons and neutrons in its nucleus.
It's player 1. Good. You get to pick again, player 1. Every 500 years or so, this bird was reborn from its own ashes.
Phoenix.
Player 3. Right. You again, player 3. This kind of book is quite handy. Its name comes from the Latin for hand. Let's hear it, player 3. Good. Choose again, player 3. In 1994, he was pardoned for leading a coup versus the president of Venezuela. By 1999, he was the president. Player 3. That is correct. Select again. A series of nightmares that C.S. Lewis had about these animals inspired him to write his first Narnia book. Okay, player 2. That's right. Way to go. We return to you, player 2. This type of sphere with a map of the Earth depicted on it has a name from the Latin for sphere. It's player 1. Yes. You get to pick again, player 1. Nessus, one of these half-horse creatures, tried to abduct Hercules' wife. Big mistake. Let's hear it, player 1. Good. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. El Sol de Tehuacan, the Acapulco Times. Yes, player 1. Yes. You again, player 1. It's the weakest of the 4 basic forces, but it's strong enough to keep the moon orbiting the Earth. Okay, player 1. Good for you. Choose again, player 1. Elementary, my dear Watson. Leslie Howard's son Ronald played him on a 1954 TV series. It's player 2. Hey, you're right. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. Gerald Ford issued 382 pardons, but the one issued to this man in 1974 is said to have cost Ford the 1976 election. Player 3? That's correct. I'll see you all for Final Jeopardy in just a moment. Consider your wagers carefully as you think on this category. Notable women.
I think I know this one. Okay.
So, what's your wager?
I hope so.
Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. Our final Jeopardy clue today is, in 1963, she said, "I feel as though I'm suddenly on stage for a part I never rehearsed."
Oh, yeah, Burn. It's Burn. Lady Merchant. Good job.
What did you say? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? What did you put as your response? And that correct response will add... Did you come up with the correct response? With that correct response, you will gain... Congratulations to you, player 1. We'll see you next time.
You like Toadette's costume, huh? So again, you like Toadette's costume, huh?
There's a red on there.
I can't believe I won it.
You won big time. Alright, time to get ready for bed.
I'm always gonna show the credits at the end.
That was a mistake. So, let's continue this game. That is just a mistake. So, let's continue on with this game. What is Anne's name?
I'm glad you won big time, buddy. You needed a big win.
The total for my money in Final Jeopardy is $47,200.
That's amazing.
Lady Bird magnifying. That is correct. Lady Bird magnifying. That is correct.
You got one.
Lady Bird magnifying. That is correct. What's your favorite part about Toadette's costume?
Good question. I'm not sure. I think I like the hat, maybe. Isn't there a hat?
Maybe.
Or just the top part for me?
Her. I'm just letting the iPad video the credits. Because I like it too.
Okay.
I had it shown the credits on.
Okay, go get ready for bed. Snack or whatever. Okay.